Ohio and Maryland. Sorry, my bad. We're going to start off downriver, so it's not as confusing as I'm making it out to be, I promise. But we're just going to be doing things in order, different order than what the first two are starting off as. So downriver, we're going to head about 4 miles downriver to where we're going to stop first after about 2 miles, and we're going to see Whirlpool State Park, the world's biggest counterclockwise turning whirlpool, the rapids, the lower river and lower gorge, and then we're going to spend about a half an hour inside the Power Authority. There's an observation deck, a movie, and fun things for adults and for kids. This is the front of the Rainbow Bridge to your left. This bridge connects Niagara Falls, USA with Niagara Falls, Canada. Same city, different country. We are in New York. The province of Ontario is directly across that bridge. There are 4 major crossings from Western New York into Canada. We're going to see the Rainbow Bridge. We're going to see this bridge a lot better from the observation deck. A lot of the fog that was here is already gone, so we're in good shape. We'll see the Rainbow Bridge great from the observation deck and tower. We're going to see the Whirlpool Bridge coming up here shortly. And then from the Power Authority, we're going to see the Lewiston Queenston Bridge. There's a 4th bridge back to our south in Buffalo. That is the Peace Bridge. We will not be seeing the Peace Bridge. That connects Buffalo with Fort Erie. Buffalo, New York with Fort Erie, Canada. We're going to travel along the lower Robert Moses Parkway. And this parkway runs parallel with the lower Niagara River. So all the water that we're going to see here shortly has already been over Niagara Falls and is headed through Lake Ontario about 15 to 17 miles to our north. Then it hits the St. Lawrence Seaway, and then it goes to the Atlantic Ocean. 1/5 or 20% of the entire world's fresh water is contained in the 5 Great Lakes and the upper and lower rivers. Pretty impressive. 20% of the entire world's fresh water is in the eastern part of the United States. You can also look over to Canada. You're going to see more houses. You're going to see a much better economy. They have based their economy on tourism, commerce, and business since about 1895. So it's all business and commerce related. They've also built million-dollar homes right along the gorge there. So their tax base is better. On the American side, and I told a few of you this earlier. On the American side, when Canada was going business, commerce, and tourism, Niagara Falls, USA went industry. We were very industrial. So everybody had a job. DuPont, OxyChem, Harrison Radiator, Nabisco, Bethlehem Steel, Bell Aerospace. The city was booming. There was 100,000 people living here, about 75,000 jobs, mostly industrious. Since 1985, we've lost most of the industry. Our population has dropped down to 55,000, and the available jobs went from 75,000 to about 35,000. So we've lost about half our population and about half of our job market. So when your tax base shrinks that much, that quickly, your city's going to struggle. Our city is struggling. What we're not struggling with are our beautiful state venues, our parks. That's what the American side is based on, our beautiful park systems. Yes, we're underdeveloped. Yes, we need more business, but we still have the beautiful parks to walk your dog, ride your bike, get some sun, push your stroller, whatever it may be, and you'll see evidence of that today. These are the Whirlpool bridges. The first one is an older rail bridge. You can see it shut down with those black barriers on top. The second one takes rail on top, cars on the bottom. The Whirlpool Bridge, Niagara Falls, USA, Niagara Falls, Canada. And what do you see over in Canada to your left? More business, more commerce, more tourism. What's that?
And a pagoda.
And a pagoda. It's like an old, what, that level building?
Yep.
Yeah, it's, I guess it's a practicing Buddhist colony.
Oh.
In there, yeah. In my personal opinion, what they should do is shut these roadways right down, move them into the city, so more people can drive to the city and visit businesses and restaurants, and develop this whole thing. Make it a boardwalk, or do what Canada did, put hotels on the water, do different things. So as far as the architectural standpoint, we need to kind of start from scratch and rethink where we are. So this roadway just takes people away from the city from point A to point B. Does nothing for tourism as far as getting people into the city, and there's nothing to see or do to the park system. I love the park. Excuse me. So I'm just fine with it staying more natural. But they can do a little something to help people with jobs here and get a little bit more tourism in. But places like this wouldn't exist if we developed the whole area. This is Whirlpool State Park. This gorge area that we're going to see here in a minute or two has eroded back 7 miles over the last 12,000 years. This is the halfway point. So this is where Niagara Falls would have been about 6,000 years ago as it erodes back to the south. The water runs to the north, but the erosion process goes from north to south, and the water runs from south to north. So the water's running the opposite direction of which it is eroding. Alright, just be careful exiting. We're going to go around this building. There's a path. You can take it right around. Be careful.